Well, I'm not sure I have a great feel for what it was like around here, but I can tell you what it was like in the car, because it was Howard, Dave Refson, and myself. There were no cameras, and so we weren't doing shows, but we were going to all the different campuses. There were some memorable visits. Probably Mark D'Antonio's visit was the most memorable, I think, for all of us. It was his first year, it was our first year, and then everything that went on in the car and in the hotel room, I really can't share.
I'm going to tell you the truth about year one. I had no idea what was going on in this conference because I had been in professional football for the previous years, and now all of a sudden I was getting immersed into college football, and I really didn't know the storylines and really didn't know a lot of the players. But I tricked you guys. I figured it out really quickly.
Well, I was part of the first thing that happened, which was the Appalachian State-Michigan game.
Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Tom Brenneman. Welcome to the season kickoff of the Big Ten Network.
So for me, once that started, it was just a blur from then on, because it was hard to believe that that's how the whole thing began. And everyone around the country was talking about Big Ten Network because everyone wanted to see the highlights of the first game.
Good snap, good hold, and the kick is blocked. Appalachian State has stunned the college football world, one of the greatest upsets in sports history.
You have to understand, I'm an SEC kid. All right, that's where I went to college at the University of Tennessee and played ball. But boy, what a fun year it was. And I've told many, many people around here and other places, some of the most fun I've ever had was that first year at Big Ten Network, because it was a new experience for me, but the people were outstanding. Every city we went to, the crowds, you know, the atmosphere, the tradition, it was really pretty cool.
You talk about a wild year for me. I had a lot of experience in TV, but I was always on the other end of the camera, coaching, being interviewed. And then I was out of coaching, and I had an opportunity to go to work for the Big Ten Network, and it seems like yesterday that my first game was at Penn State. And to say I was a little bit nervous would be an understatement.
Everybody was jockeying for positions. You were trying to figure out where you fit in, what was your role. It was a lot of excitement in regards to where the network could go. I think it was a lot of uncertainty, also the longevity, what happens if it doesn't work. But moreover, it was a sense that you were building something that could be special.
First year was very interesting. It was new for everybody, especially for the fans, and being out on the road and doing games. You knew that there was a lot of interest in the network because a lot of people couldn't get it at that time. You know, everything wasn't cleared, and the biggest thing you heard is, hey, I can't get BTN, I can't get the Big Ten Network, how do I do it?
You know, the biggest thing in year one that I think we all realized, and the schools all realized, and maybe the coaches and the players, and especially on the women's sports side, is the fact that you could recruit now to BTN. This was a recruitable tool to student athletes, to parents, where you could finally say, if you play women's basketball, if you play field hockey or volleyball or soccer, you can watch your kid play on TV, or you can watch your kid being streamed on the internet, and that was a completely new concept, especially for women's sports and especially for Olympic sports. So that was something I think that everyone was starting to figure out was the value of that in year one. And I think the biggest compliment to BTN is now when you look across the country in year 2017, think of how many people have copied the Big Ten Network, because everyone was watching in year one to see if it would work. And BTN, we can say that we were the first to do it and to do it well.